Do you really need German to work in Germany? One of the biggest myths foreign applicants hear is that fluent German is required for every job in Germany. Myth or reality? The truth is, both sides of the debate get part of the story right and part of it wrong. Today we'll separate what's true from what's quietly costing people valuable opportunities and show you exactly what to do about it. Welcome back to Tende OS. Search less, organize better, get hired faster. This series exists to turn scattered advice about the German job market into one clear system. In challenge number 3, we covered generic applications and the salary question. Today, challenge number 4, the language barrier, where it genuinely matters, where it doesn't, and how to start closing the gap before you even leave home. If you haven't watched challenges number 1 through number 3 yet, I genuinely recommend starting from challenge number 1. Each video builds on the last, and you'll get much more out of today's episode with that context already in place. Let's get into it. The good news, not every role needs German. If your English is excellent, particularly at a professional or native speaker level, many large, multinational and tech-focused companies in Germany genuinely do not require German. This is especially true for those in technology, engineering and research roles. Many large multinational corporations and tech-focused employers operate substantial parts of their technical and R&D teams entirely in English, especially in cities like Berlin, Munich, Frankfurt, Hamburg, Stuttgart, Köln, to mention but a few. This isn't a loophole or a workaround. It's a response to Germany's long-standing shortage of skilled professionals in many technical fields. As a result, companies actively recruit international talent and are often willing to operate in English for the right candidates. So if you're in tech, don't assume German is required before you've actually checked. Many job postings will tell you outright if English is the working language. The mistake isn't applying without German. The mistake is assuming every opportunity is closed before you've even checked. Many applicants remove themselves from consideration long before an employer ever has the chance to make that decision. It's not just corporate tech roles either. 3 other areas are genuinely worth knowing about. Research and academia run almost entirely in English at the PhD and postdoc level, especially in STEM fields. International research institutes operate heavily in English, with papers published and conferences held in English as standard. Startups are another strong bet. Berlin, in particular, is full of English-speaking startup teams, often founded or staffed internationally from day one. Freelance and remote work can also open doors, though this one comes with a real caveat. Genuinely, location-independent remote roles do exist, but if you want to be physically based in Germany, you'll still need the right visa or residence permit to do so legally. And customer-facing freelance work, support, sales, account management, almost always expect strong German, regardless of where you're sitting. So how do you actually check, rather than guess, before you apply? A few quick signals are worth scanning for. If the entire job posting is written in English, that's usually a strong sign English is the working language. Look at the listed required skills and qualifications section specifically. If German appears there as a named requirement, treat it as a real requirement. Check the company's careers page and team photos or About Us section for visible signs of an international team. And if you genuinely can't tell, it's completely reasonable to ask directly, either in your cover letter or in an initial message to a recruiter. But German still matters for the broader market. Outside those English-friendly pockets, German remains the language of trust inside most German corporations. Candidates without German are often limited to a narrower segment of the market, a smaller pool than the market as a whole. And to be fully honest with you, there are some jobs where German isn't just preferred, it's genuinely non-negotiable. Doctors are the clearest example. Practicing medicine in Germany generally requires at least B2 German plus a separate medical language certification at C1 level. Lawyers face the same wall. You cannot practice law if you cannot read German statutes and legal documents in their original language. Teachers in German schools need fluent German, and civil service roles are conducted entirely in German by definition. If you want to maximize your options rather than rely on a smaller pool, building real German ability is still the stronger long-term strategy. You don't need fluency to start applying for jobs, but you do need a credible, dated learning plan that's far more convincing than just writing basic German. Here's what that actually looks like on paper. Instead of writing basic German, write something like German, a 2, currently studying toward B1 through Goethe Institute, expected completion January 2027. That single line does 3 things. It gives an honest current level, shows momentum, and gives prospective employers a concrete date to plan around. Start before you even leave home. You don't need to wait until you've landed in Germany. Goethe Institute, Germany's official cultural and language institute in over 90 countries, with courses from A1 through C2, both in person and online. Their certificates are internationally recognized by German universities, employers, and immigration authorities. This carries real weight on an application. Deutsch Academy, structured online courses at every level, live native speaking teachers, small groups, flexible scheduling. Deutsche Welle, Germany's international broadcaster, offering free German courses online for all levels, a genuinely solid option if budget is the main concern. Duolingo, free and low commitment, good for daily habit building, best paired with a more structured course rather than used alone. EU Academy's online language support, a European Commission platform with free German lessons at beginner and intermediate levels. Apps like Babbel and Busuu, podcasts, and language exchange apps like Tandem or HelloTalk are all genuinely useful too. The right tool is whichever one you'll actually stick with consistently. One more option worth knowing about. Some companies pay for their employees' German courses. Some bring in a teacher directly on site, others cover the cost of an outside course. It's worth asking your employer directly, since plenty of companies see it as a worthwhile investment for smoother day-to-day communication. Beyond the job itself, language is part of how you actually integrate. It's not just a checkbox for visa points. Arriving with even conversational German changes your experience. It makes daily life noticeably easier, from doctor's visits to dealing with local authorities, and opens up far more job options than English alone ever will. And once you're actually in Germany, maybe you didn't get the chance to start back home, or maybe you did and are ready to keep going. Germany makes this genuinely easy because of something called the Volkshochschule, usually just shortened to VHS. The VHS is a public adult education center, and you'll find one in almost every town and region in Germany, from major cities like Berlin and Munich to smaller towns across the country. Because they're publicly funded, VHS courses are dramatically cheaper than private language schools, covering everything from A1 to C2. If you're a true beginner who didn't get the chance to start German back home, the VHS is one of the most affordable, structured ways to begin once you land. And if you already started through Goethe or Duolingo, the VHS is exactly where you continue, picking up at your current level, often with people in a similar situation to you. To find one, just search Volkshochschule plus the name of your city or region. Almost everyone runs its own registration directly on its website. And one thing worth being clear about, the VHS isn't a replacement for everything we covered earlier. It's simply an additional option. Mix and match whatever combination actually keeps you consistent. The best language learning setup is the one you'll actually stick with. So here's where we land. German isn't always required to get started in Germany, but it's one of the few skills that consistently expands your opportunities. Keeping track of your language progress alongside your actual job applications is exactly the kind of thing Tende OS is built to organize. If this helped, subscribe so you don't miss challenge number 5. It covers a moment in the process that messes with everyone's confidence. See you in the next one.